from Studio A at 1 Biloxi Square in Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome in, everyone, to the Friday edition of the Grandpa and Pappy Show. It is good to have everyone with us. Happy Friday. Thank you, Jesus. It's here.
Already Friday.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
Welcome aboard, everybody. Hope you had a good week. Yeah.
A lot of things going on in our great country. And still a lot of stupidity happening every single day. It just makes you wonder, how much more, Lord? How much more? Yeah.
How much more should we stand?
Yeah. How much more are we going to have to put up with? It's really good to have all of you here with us.
Yeah.
We had so much fun on our Monday show about wearing masks, and it prompted a lot of people talking throughout the week about whether they would or whether they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a good thing if we can get them to talking.
How long will it last?
Yeah, how long will it last? And,
been quiet all these years. How long do you
and
expect it to last?
Yeah, and you know something? It's the same with today's topic too.
Yeah.
Last Thursday, President Biden gave his first official speech to the American people.
10-minute speech. It lasted an hour and a half.
Well, it was 24 minutes in length.
Oh, was it? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and
I didn't watch Trump either. So
he didn't address any of the problems that were going on in the land of the free. He spent the whole time talking about COVID and taking kudos for all that President Trump did. The fact checkers had a field day on that one.
Bet they did.
But the liberals and Democrats all thought he did a wonderful job.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have paid $5,500 to somebody to unplug his teleprompter. I would have loved to have seen that one. He'd have been looking inside his coat pocket for those little cards.
Little crib notes.
Oh, I'm terrible. That's terrible.
So
but
bad.
so true, too. But today's topic was your reaction to President Biden's speech, and we got some rather colorful ones.
Got a whole box full of reactions here, man.
Yeah, and some we did have to edit a little bit, should I say, Pappy?
I hate when that happens.
So that we wouldn't offend anyone. We just
That's
ask
right.
everyone, when you post your opinions or comments on any of our questions on our Facebook group page, please be mindful of your language. That's the only thing we ask.
Well, more importantly, be respectful to other opinions too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Pappy said it best right there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the comments that
All right.
you had, your reaction to President Biden's speech.
Okay.
Well, Mike Mackey asked, did he finally say something? It got right past me. Oops. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, I must be more politically correct. I'll go sit in the corner now.
That's politically correct. TJ Sanchez said hi. No thoughts in his speech, so no thoughts from us. Tommy Parker said he is senile and his handlers need to do a better job. They're the ones that made him that way, probably.
Yeah, that and smoking the wacky tobacco all these years.
Too many of them left-handed cigarettes.
Yes, sir. Robert Morrison said, I was willing to give the guy a break, but after listening to his speech, I just can't do it. He did not outline anything that was new, only taking credit for all that President Trump accomplished.
Yeah.
He didn't address the crisis at our border and allowing all of those illegal aliens in with or without COVID.
Yep.
How can he expect to defeat this illness if he keeps letting new people in that has it? It was just a stupid speech on his part. Well, there you go.
There you go. Tracy Sanchez said, I don't know because I don't watch him. Sherry Briggs Combs said, I did not watch. And Marianne Lyles said, I cannot watch anyone who does not have complete use of all their facilities. It's quite obvious that the man's elevator is missing a few floors. It's sad. His elevator don't go all the way up top.
Yeah, misses a couple, does he?
Yeah.
Jim Dozier says he recorded it 13 hours prior to its airing. I wonder how many takes it took. Jan Psaki said he was line editing all day long.
Yeah.
And she did. Good Lord help us. Kelly Green said, I don't know if it was pre-recorded, but he still didn't address America's problems to the American people.
That's a fact. Tim Randall said, more lies from blithering old fool. Still claiming, I wonder how he really feels about Joe. Still claiming that he got the vaccines and warp speed started. And to the point they are right now, he's slipping further and further away every day. Look at his eyes, dead staring off into space when he's not trying to read the teleprompter. I'm just waiting for some of that indiscriminate flatulence to happen in one of his speeches.
Ain't it so? Jean Ann White says, I did not watch it. Cindy Gill Roberts Thomas said she didn't watch it either. I figure it was just another train wreck. Joe Cockrell asked, why would I watch it? He's a puppet and a clown trying to save himself and his family from prosecution. He doesn't even know who he is or where he is.
Ain't so?
I don't know. I just showed up at the bus station.
Jerry Williamson told us that he had better things to do than listen to a senile old fraud give a pre-recorded speech. I heard about the highlights later. Well, sorry, there were no highlights, just a bunch of crap that the liberals all love.
I love you, Jerry, man. James Blackbird said, after all these days in office, you would think he would tell Americans what's going on with the country instead of trying to take all the credit for vaccines that Trump put into effect. Why didn't he take the chance to address the COVID virus coming into our country through our southern borders?
Yep.
Or the millions of jobs being lost in the energy field? Well, the man is just not capable of just talking
Got
to
a good
us.
point, James.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he's not the only one that said that.
Yeah. Well, that seems to be a common thread down there.
It really does.
Kimberly Smith Hogg says, I didn't watch it. Charlie George said, I can't stand to hear him, so I turned it off. Nothing but lies anyway. Debbie Armstrong Lowe also said that I didn't watch it either. David Watson said, I didn't believe a thing he said. And Sandy Layla Armistead asked, you mean he said something? Was it coherent?
I still wish somebody would have pulled that plug on the teleprompter.
That'd have screwed him up, man.
Yeah, really. And he still has not held a press conference in his 50-plus days as president.
He
is not able to even answer the question. K-Bird, what do you got over there?
Well, I just want to interject the speech was really sad in my opinion because the man is suffering from dementia, and I know this because my dad suffered from dementia, and he looks just like my dad looked when he was incoherent and couldn't speak. And I think it's really sad that they're putting him on display like this with that kind of illness, whether it be senility or dementia. But dementia is a sad thing because when you watch your own dad or parent or grandparent suffer through that, why would his wife even allow him to be put out there? That to me is the heartbreaking part of it all.
It's sad. It's sad.
Well, has he actually been diagnosed with dementia?
I don't know what he's been diagnosed with.
And I'm like K-Bird over here. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's another coming up in our comments here in the second half.
Yeah.
There is a gentleman who said basically the same thing that Special K just did about his dad. Yeah. So we'll save it for that. But first of all, we're going to take a brief time out and get caught up with this. And we'll be back with more of your comments on the Grandpa and Pappy Show right after this.
When selling your home, your personal style may not be for everyone. But with a RE/MAX agent, they've got the skills to help more buyers see its true potential.
Yeehaw!
And we're back.
We are back. We welcome all of you. And we thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch the Grandpa and Pappy Show. And we thank you for taking time out of your day to comment on our question of the day, which is your reaction to President Biden's speech last Thursday.
What you got over there, Special
I
K?
just wanted to add one more point in this based on my dad. The reason why he's not getting out in front of the press is because they live in a world where sometimes they're in the present and sometimes they're way far back in the past.
Right.
And so sometimes I can't tell the difference between the two.
I got you, yeah.
So that's why they're not putting him out there to freely let him speak.
Well, they're not through
Right.
with him yet, apparently. So
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's all part of a big agenda, But
It is.
You know how it is.
Getting back to your comments today, Mark Carrington, Justin L. Phillips, and Alex Palomo all said they either did not watch it or they laughed their butts off. Leanne Williams Logan said, I listened for a couple of minutes, and that's all I could stand.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Terry Crow said that was what you call a hit and run, children. Forget about the damage it will do. The people can take care of it. That is a sick man. Somebody get him the hell out of office. Jimmy White said, amen.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
Yes, sir. Donna Toten said he talks about the first 100 days.
Yeah.
What do you want to bet? All has been pushed into the 100 days so he can retire.
I've heard this. Yeah.
Get ready. Marla Purley said, I didn't watch it. I figured it was just lies anyway. And our buddy Hoss Huggins
Big
down in
Hoss.
Tyler, Texas, said, I just can't bring myself to listen to something that idiot says.
And there was a lot of scuttlebutt floating around the internet that on the 101st day he would be out of the way and Kamala would slide in with you know who being the vice president, Speaker of the House.
It wouldn't surprise me if that was the plan, to get him to sign all of these executive orders,
Yeah.
and he didn't know what he was signing in the first 100 days.
Well, yeah, that way she
then
get in
he's
there
out.
and when it blows back in her face, she go, well, I didn't sign that.
Sign them.
You're a damn Trump. Sissy McCoy asked, why are all y'all being so disrespectful to the President of the United States? Get over it and move on. Just because you believe he did something doesn't make it true. And he isn't senile. I've worked with people that are, and he's far from it. If you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say it.
Well, there's an opposite
Okay.
view. Okay.
And
we
That gets
respect
my
that.
goat because we went through 4 years of all of, I'm sorry, sissy, of y'all calling how horrible President Trump was. So, turnabout fair play here.
Yeah. How's it feel?
Well, you must have read ahead.
We
Eddie,
respect your opinion, by the way.
Absolutely.
We don't have to agree with it.
we don't have
but-
to agree with it.
Hey,
We're going to read it, good or
that's
bad,
right.
here on
That's
the
right.
Grandpa and Pappy Show.
Absolutely.
Because we know there's two sides to every story.
Yep.
Eddie Dixon said that is the Democrats' problem, sissy. When they did it to Trump, all you did was whine and cry. Sam Pearl told Sissy McCoy that your hypocrisy is pathetic.
Yeah.
We don't need advice from liberals and idiots. Sean Paul Rigg asked Sissy to go ahead and list one accomplishment this buffoon has done. Right.
Cricket time.
Crickets.
Eric May said, I don't watch or listen to criminals. Cheryl Castle Richards says, he is not my president, so I didn't watch. Chris Schomburg says it was boring, uninformative, scripted, and redundant. So,
And it was.
And most of their speeches are. you
Yeah.
know.
His was, especially, he was trying to make points, so he kept repeating over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I understand what Chris was saying
Yeah.
in that case, too.
Yep.
But I want to address something that Sissy said, and I'm gonna, well, I'm a conservative and I'm a Republican, but right now, President of the United States is Joe Biden. We've got to recognize him as such, but we may have our own opinions on the job that he is doing. So, but he is the President of the United States.
It wasn't
in the
my
office.
vote that put him there either,
Yeah.
but you're right. He is the president of these here United States of America, by God.
That's
so
right.
I don't
Laura-
have to like it.
Yeah. Laura Ann Bradley said, I missed it. I was making potato salad. There you go.
That's important.
Yeah. Marcy Lasher Darby also said, he's not my president. TJ Sanchez said he is a puppet, and I'm surprised that Harris has not moved in yet. And no, I didn't watch any of it. Helen Newman asked, why would you even watch that cheater?
Well, they all cheat, I guess.
How you guys really feel? I mean,
From what I've seen, yeah, that's all well said, guys. John Mason said, unfortunately, he is recognized President of the United States, but I'm really concerned about his mental status. He just appears lost and confused, and he can't think clearly enough to take questions from reporters who won't ask him hard questions anyway. It is disturbing that the Democrats and liberals are taking advantage of his ineptness by getting him to sign and enact those presidential directives which further push their agenda without him being mentally capable to even realize what he's signing. So I don't think it's that bad. I think he's well aware of what he's signing.
yeah.
But
I don't know. Sometimes I
I think you're right about
it. Sometimes I have my doubts. That's it. I just don't know what he's trying to do sometimes.
Well, it'll be normal.
Yep. Where's Monica? Yeah. Rena Golden said, well, I don't need him to tell me if I can celebrate the 4th of July. My family will celebrate, just like we will celebrate Easter.
Yep.
Jennifer Kine said, I didn't even know he had a speech and don't really care. Barbara Payou said she didn't watch it. And James Freeman, Billy J. Thomas, and Marcy Lasher Derby all said they didn't listen. Shirley Mills said, sorry, I missed it.
I bet that was on purpose too, Shirley. Joe Walker said it's the biggest compilation of lies since Obama. And if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember him saying that about Obamacare.
Yeah.
If you like your doctor, you can stay with your doctor.
That's right. And I did.
Yeah.
My benefits are a lot cheaper than what his were.
Yeah, well, mine wasn't.
By $1,000
Yeah.
a month. So
Yeah, mine wasn't. Anyway.
Obamacare my ass.
Yeah, really. Shirley Mills said, I didn't bother to watch. He may be the president, but he definitely is not mine. Kim Avery said, this is stupid. He isn't the president. Everything is fake, and it will soon be exposed. Y'all enjoy him while you can, because he will be joining others at Gitmo. Is this another urban legend gone wild?
Gitmo.
That's what I want to know.
Gitmo still around?
Surely. Okay, Kim, I know you've posted several times about something coming up that Trump's going to be put back in as president.
Where's this wealth of information coming
Yes,
from?
I want to know. I really want to know.
A lot of it makes sense, but I'm just curious. Where are you digging this up?
I really would like to know. I'm not saying that you're giving false information. I'm not saying that because I don't know. I would just like to know.
It's nice to chair.
Curious minds want to know.
Yeah, curious minds want to know.
Curious mind. Sue Gunner out in Hobbs, New Mexico area said, I walked my Huskies instead of watching him. We all benefited from the fresh air and exercise instead of me getting pissed off. And that girl can get pissed off, I promise you. Twyla Richards agreed with Sue by saying, great choice. You didn't miss much. Rebecca Sue, she'll bloody your nose you mess with her.
Yeah, I heard that.
Saw it happen one day to my older brother.
Oh, yeah? Well, there you go. Pink. Bam.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, let's see here. Deidre Tedford Smith says, I did not really pay attention. Too much taking credit for the vaccines.
Yeah.
Lindsay Rogers Hardy said, he made a speech. To which Twyla Richards said, well, if you can call it that.
John Bossy said, I didn't even listen. I want a leader that gives me confidence. Biden is like EEOR.
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Yeah.
Who's, you mean
He's a Disney character, a mule.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Oh,
Yeah.
that little dumb jackass. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always talking about how bad things are, and the only answer is the federal government rescuing us. 90% of us just passed a bill was pork.
Yeah.
So
90% of the just passed
bill.
COVID bill was pork.
Pork belly.
I don't know why they called it a COVID bill, because 90% of it wasn't dealing with COVID.
Because pork belly had already been taken.
There you go. Yeah.
You think?
Patricia Lynn Ramsey said an earlier posted opinion stated that Biden is the recognized president of the United States, and that is true.
Yep.
However, his inability to fully communicate with the American people, as well as leaders around the world, are making us the laughingstock worldwide. It would not surprise me if some country decides we are too weak with decisions and decide now is the time to invade our country. Of course, I don't ever wish this on us. I'm just saying it would not surprise me.
Nor would it me. That is well said. Well said.
Wow, that's heavy.
Deep,
heavy stuff.
That deep too, Bughead.
Yes.
Eric May asked, who's Biden? Twyla Richards answered by saying, the guy who sold America out to China. Rod Scott said, who? And Avery Sanchez said, who gives a crap anyway? Well, I do. Sort of, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that my vote made a difference, but
yeah, well, what can you say?
mine was one of them that wound up in the
What
damn
can
dumpster.
you say? Pappy, I mean, we sit here, we read the opinions from folks, and they're seeing things, kind of the same way as we are. The truth is, I do feel bad for President Biden. I really do. And it's my opinion that he has not had the press conference with reporters, and as an opinion earlier said, even though they would ask him simple questions that he could answer instead of being journalists
Grade school
and trying
level.
to get to the bottom of things, he's just not capable of doing that. He can't think of things quick enough.
Well, I mean, and it's obvious. I mean,
It's very obvious, and it's, to me, that's so sad.
and even if he could, even if he was a very extreme rational thinker, so what? He had done crap in the past 40 years,
No, that's true too. That's true
I
too.
mean, you're either cut out for it or you're not, and I don't think he's cut out for it. So I think he's a throwdown kind of guy,
Yeah. Well, I just wish the best
just
for him,
me.
health wise, and my goodness, I mean, people up in Washington, you guys have got to start looking at this and taking this very, very seriously, because he's running the country into the ground right now, in my opinion.
There's a reason for that.
And somebody has got to take a stand up there and hold him to the things he's doing to this great country of ours, or we're not going to be a great country anymore.
Irregardless to what side of the fence you're standing on, if you're not there for the betterment of the country, for the American people, get the hell out of there and let somebody in that can.
I agree.
I don't have a problem living in a free society. It ain't broke, don't screw with it.
Our friend Eddie Dixon sent us a video this morning about Donald Trump Jr. They were up in the Trump Towers in New York City along with Donald, and there was a group of people holding a peaceful rally down on one of the main streets there in New York, blocking traffic, and they were doing it peacefully, and they were holding a presidential flag that said Trump 2024, Save America.
Again.
Yes. And he said his dad was very touched by that, and Donald Jr. thanked those people down in the street for doing it very peacefully. They wouldn't tearing up anything. They weren't throwing things.
Or scaling no
They
walls.
were just
or
all
anything.
looking up at the towers and telling Trump how much they loved him and how much they missed him.
There you go.
So I thought that was pretty classy.
Made Uncle Don smile.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Terrific.
Kelly Edwards said he is going senile, and if he isn't, he's just that stupid.
Yeah.
Earl Anderson said the whole thing was laughable to him. Now this one, the way we,
Gotta laugh to keep
the one
from
we
crying.
close out with today on opinions, I want y'all to listen to this very carefully because it mirrors what Special K was talking about with her dad.
Yeah, and R.J. Taylor's going to close this segment out by saying it deeply concerns him of the fate of our country is resting with a person who is undoubtedly without all his faculties. I feel sorry for the man in many ways, since my pop suffered from dementia in his latter years, and I watched his indecisions and everyday comprehension slide out the door. Unfortunately, I see President Biden suffering from the same symptoms I saw Pop go through, and it makes for a dangerous situation for our entire country. Someone has got to get this situation under control before the consequences of his actions ruin us. And I agree.
That's a
Well,
that's a great way to wind up.
and from the bottom of our hearts, we're sorry about your dad, aren't you?
Absolutely.
That is a
Absolutely.
terrible disease. I know my mom. I lost my mother to Parkinson's, and it was an ugly
Yeah.
disease. So.
Well, we lost Special K's dad to Parkinson's. He had Parkinson's and dementia.
Yeah.
And like she said, it was a very, very tough thing
Yeah. What you
to
got,
watch
Kibber?
her go through.
I just wanted to say to Sissy and all of our friends that Lean left, write us. Tell us what he is doing that is so good to you. We want to know.
Yeah.
Because he is ruling from executive orders and he hasn't done any. So please write into the show and tell us what things he is doing that's making America a better place. And so far, it's not been anything.
Well,
We've
and
got
I'd
open
like-
borders
I'd
and we
like to
got
know as
thousands
well,
of
yeah.
jobs gone away.
Yeah.
So
true.
please, I welcome your opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Feel-
read them
feel
right
free to
here.
do
We'll
so.
give you a free open form right
We're-
here.
yeah, we're about to tell you exactly how to do that here in just a
few
sec.
minutes.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the viewer comments that
Okay.
we got in over this past week. Jimmy Roundtree, for example, commented on our show about Governor Abbott opening up the state. He said, good for him. Now he needs to take an aggressive stance on the border crisis facing the Lone Star State.
And,
Well,
I
Jimmy,
think
I
that's
will
what he's
tell you,
doing, yeah.
he has sent Texas National Guard and DPS to the borders,
Yep.
but there's only so much he can do without ticking off the federal government.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with stuff
Yeah.
like that. 'Cause you start a damn war, and then it'll be down on us. So.
Yeah, it really would.
Marjorie Manners sent this in after watching the show on gender equality. I think the whole thing is a silly nightmare. Boys can't be girls, and girls can't be boys. To have boys claiming to be transgender just completely against or just to compete against girls is just not right. And I agree with you, Martin.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I think 99% of Americans think the same way.
Well, let the transgenders have their own damn league, and play each other if that's what they want to do. All it's doing is just stirring crap up everywhere.
The next one I translated as his handle was CU. Okay?
Okay.
CU, as noted on our YouTube comments concerning Texas secession. Still getting those.
Yeah.
He asked, should Texans suffer for the sake of the thieving bastards that carried out egregious election fraud in 7 other states that put a usurper in the White House?
Usurper.
Yeah, ask yourself. Well,
Daddy?
CU?
Daddy, what's a usurper? Is that one of them words I don't need to know about?
I don't know, man. I think it's somebody out there on a board, on the water.
I think I jammed with that guy one time, man.
Hey, do you see that serper? Yeah, okay. There you go.
A usurper too, man? I don't know what that means. I'm going to have to inquire with the local Websters on that one.
Yeah.
Usurper. Okay. And where are we?
Last one.
Yeah, last but not least, Marianne Barker said, I am a senior citizen and have had to pay into Social Security for over 55 years. Now that I draw it, it's not enough to live on in today's inflation-bloated economy. I believe those on Social Security should get a raise equivalent to the raises Congress gives itself every year. So
Hey, I like that.
you'd see me scurrying on down to the SSA office, I guarantee.
Perfect. That is perfect.
I would be filing.
It's a
Social
great
Security
way to
real
wind
quick.
it up. It
That's
really
right.
is.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Hey, if you have an idea or suggestion or a topic for a show here on the Grandpa
Love
and
it when you
Pappy
send
Show.
those topics in. By
Yeah, we do. We certainly do. And it's so easy to do. You can send your suggestion or comment
Yeah.
to our email address right over my shoulder here, grandpaandpappy@gmail.com.
Yep.
Or
Or you can simply hit us up directly on our show website page, which can be found at www.grandpa and the letter N Pappy. That's www.grandpaandpappy.com, where you'll see this big old red button, beak, right there. It'll pop up for you too. Just mash it. Subscribe.
Absolutely.
We love to have you on board. We're number driven, so we'd love to have your subscription and your input while you're there. You have access to a couple of different avenues you can take in reference to the show, one being Twitter and Instagram. And there's a Facebook button on there.
That is.
Take them straight to our podcast page, by God, on Facebook.
Group page will give you an opportunity to look at the comments that people are talking about on our questions of the day.
They can leave a show topic while they're there, whatever
Absolutely.
you say. Just be respectful to your fellow listener, okay?
It's been a lot of fun today, and we really want to thank you guys for all your comments and
you guys are too good to us.
things that you shared with us and poured out your soul to us, and that's what this show is all about. We will make sure your voice is heard
That's a fact.
every time we take to the air.
By God.
So anyway, we always end every show here on the Grandpa and Pappy Show by telling you to reach out, hug your kids, and let them know you love them.
Show them the love. Let them know they're well loved right here at the Grandpa and Pappy Show too, by God.
That's exactly
Love
correct.
them babies.
Until we see you back on Monday with another topic that you've suggested, we want you to take care of yourself. Have a great weekend.
Take care of one another too.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And until then, God bless you. God bless America. And we'll see you back on Monday.
Have a good one.
Take care.